Hey everybody, it's Winnie from Loo's Reviews and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do the Booktube Newbie Tag. I know I said I was gonna do a haul, but I'm gonna do that after this video, probably of this weekend. So I've had a pretty long day today. I was supposed to go to the gym after work and then I wasn't just feeling up to it. So in the end I decided to, walk on to my local mall to pick up some bits from the supermarket, and then I was like, you know what, I have time. So I popped into my local bookshop. I didn't pick anything up. Pat on the back, and I came home and had some delicious dinner. It's fishball soup, which is pretty common around these parts in Malaysia. It was delicious. And now I'm gonna get into the questions. So I'm gonna cheer myself up today with filming a video. So I've got the questions here on my laptop because I'm filming on my phone. So you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading. So question number 1, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I wanted to read more and also have conversations about the books that I was reading with people, because my friends that do read really different books to me, to my taste. They all read like fantasy or chick lit or super popular books that have just come out, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just like, I wanted to find a community that read the books I was reading so that I could have more conversations with people. And yeah, this is another avenue for me to connect with people all around the world, so what's not to love about that? Number 2, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? I'm hoping to talk a lot more about travel nonfiction because it's not really something that I've seen much on Booktube, or maybe I haven't been looking. But yeah, I'm hoping to do that, and also I'm hoping to travel in the future to those places that I've read about and go to the places that are talked about in the books. So that was something I've been mulling about, because I think I have a big trip planned sometime next year to Europe and the US. So I might pick up some books or go through the books I already have and then map out a little itinerary. So I'm really excited about that. I might turn that into a video series of sorts in the future. I think I read a book called Have Mother Will Travel, about a mother-daughter pair who go to Provence in France, to this little town called Avignon, where they lived for a few months just to get to repair their relationship after a rocky time. It's a really good book. I'll link it down below. But after reading that, I happened to be going to France on a Euro trip about 4 years ago, and I did go to Avignon just because it's a little town in the south of France, and I absolutely loved it. It seemed like nobody knew about that little town, and I really had a great time. I went to explore an abbey all by myself because it was winter and nobody else was there. I was the only person on the guest book. It was glorious. It was great, and I'm hoping to do more of that. Cross fingers if I save up enough. That, and also I'm hoping to introduce some Malaysian books to Malaysian books / Malaysian fiction, because I don't think there's enough Malaysian booktubers about, and I'm happy to join that community. Question number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm most excited about possibly meeting new people because of this channel, and discovering and reading books from other genres that I wouldn't necessarily pick up if it wasn't for Booktube. Like, for example, I wouldn't be really interested in historical fiction if I were to be just browsing on the shelf and just picking up books and reading the blurbs. And after hearing some reviews from people, I have picked up books from the historical fiction genre that I have actually enjoyed. So yeah, like I picked up a fantasy book recently as well, which isn't my thing usually, but the premise sounded really interesting. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I think I'll talk about that book in my haul video, which is coming up next. Question number 4, why do you love reading? It's a form of escapism for me. It allows me a break from the mundane routines of everyday life, and especially now that I'm back living in Kuala Lumpur, I had to leave Melbourne not because of my free will, but because my visa ran out, and all my friends are there, and like, for an introvert it's really hard for me to go out and make new friends here. So yeah, this allows me a chance to just not think so much about those things, and so it just, you know, allows me to forget about that for the time being. Question number 5, what book or series got you into reading? I've been really fortunate to have parents that encouraged me to read, especially from a very young age, and my dad and my mom used to buy Enid Blyton books from as young as I can remember, and I think one of the very first books that I actually remember reading was the Faraway Tree series from Enid Blyton, and the Mallory Towers, or it was the Naughtiest Girl series that I actually like fell into. It was great. I loved it. I loved Elizabeth, and I think in all the adventures she got up to in boarding school, and I really wanted to go to boarding school, but then I heard about local boarding schools after, as I grew older in Malaysia, and they didn't sound so great. But yeah, the Naughtiest Girl series. Did anybody read that? Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I think this is a common answer based off all the Booktube Newbie Tags I've been reading. It's like, how do you manage to read so many books and juggle your social life, your work life, and your relationships? Like, I'm single, and even then it's like I find it hard to find time to read because like I have a full-time job and family and walking my dog and in between working out and all that. It's like, you know, managing commitments and stuff. But when I do get to read though, I do enjoy it, and it is a form of escape for me, as I said. So question 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Well, the challenge I mentioned for question number 6, really, it's like trying to find time to film above all that, and I have a full-time job in an advertising agency, and hours are really, really irregular, especially in Southeast Asia where work-life balance isn't exactly the best. I'll manage though, I hope. I'm aiming for 2 videos a week, I think, for starters. Question number 8, when did you start reading? So I texted my mom about this, and she said I used to make my dad read me books from the age of 2.5. I don't remember that. And I used to ask questions about those books that he read to me. So I guess that was like the dad version of audiobooks. Best version of audiobooks ever. Question number 9, where do you read? Everywhere I can when I do find the time. Like nowadays I read whenever I read on my lunch break, because everybody tends to go out for lunch, and I'm trying to save money for travels, so I usually bring my own lunch and sit alone in the pantry at work, and when I do, I'm just reading as I eat. So I tend to remind myself to pack the book I'm reading in my bag whenever I leave the house, and try not to leave it at work. I have done that a few times though, which is annoying, but yeah, instead of picking up my phone or going on Reddit or something like that, I'll pick up the book instead. Last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I'm starting to love literary fiction. I do like general fiction and non-fiction, especially books about culture, anthropology, books centered about travel and culture. I do have to say that I don't really pick up Asian literature much, because I guess I do like to read about other cultures that are very different to my own. Especially like, I think I'm especially at the point where I'm so drawn to historical fiction written from places, written by British authors or American authors, because we didn't learn much of that in history class growing up here. Like all we did learn about was Asian history, mainly Malaysian history. So I'm trying to learn more about Western cultures especially. And that was something that intrigued me very much when I went to Australia, and especially when I did media studies, I had to learn all about Australian history. So yeah, that was the Booktube Newbie Tag, and I think I'm gonna film a haul video this weekend, as I said before, so look forward to that. And do let me know if you like this video down below, if you have any questions for me or any feedback. If you would like to see more, do subscribe and say hi. And if you want to be booktube friends, I'm down for that too. So yeah, have a good one. Be kind to yourselves, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.